We begin with the fact that there's no NFL scam like an old NFL scam, or like 5 of them. A former NFL executive who yesterday accidentally told the truth about domestic violence is now saying he didn't, that his words were twisted even though his words weren't at all shocking. The NFL is moving back to Los Angeles. The Raiders are moving out of Oakland. The latest Native American honored by the Washington team name isn't faking his heritage. And the NFL is taking care of its former players devastated by brain trauma. The newest of these scams is already 19 years old. The oldest just turned 81, and they always work, always, generation after generation falls for them. Scam number 1. Former Bears general manager Jerry Angelo, quoted by USA Today, is saying that the league had not reported literally hundreds of domestic violence cases during his 31 years as a team executive. Now says he never said that he said that in the NFL there had been hundreds and hundreds of things over the years that I've seen that have gotten better. Domestic violence is one of those. The sad part here is that even if Angelo's far-fetched backtracking is legit, he was still probably right the first time. Do the math. Since the Super Bowl, we've had 5 domestic violence arrests in the modern NFL. If the number of incidents during Angelo's time was merely 10 a year, not 5, the league could have hidden 310 cases. That would be hundreds and hundreds. Scam number 2. After their owners' meetings here, several moguls dropped hints the league might be close to going back to L.A., which the Raiders and Rams evacuated after the 1994 season, out of which the expansion 32nd franchise was pulled in 1999, in which, if every rumor of another expansion or threatened relocation since then had all turned out to be true, all 32 teams would be playing in Los Angeles right now. This Sunday, your Los Angeles Cowboys versus your Los Angeles Texans. Now, L.A.'s mayor, Eric Garcetti, says he expects Roger Goodell's NFL to move back into his city within the year.
We're looking for a long-term facility, something that's going to allow the team or teams to be successful over the long term.
The long term, say the years 2487 to 2525, if man is still alive, if woman can survive. Scam number 3, a secret marketing survey emailed to San Antonio residents, so secret that we know the writers paid for half of it, has somehow become public. Poor San Antonio. All News Radio there, WOAI, actually posted this, in which it breathlessly notes its reporter first revealed the existence of the survey, and adds the story has now gone nationwide as interest is rising about the possible relocation of the NFL franchise. The survey questions are about whether or not San Antonians would spend $1,500 a season for a sideline seat at the Alamodome, and what their favorite team is, and how long the thrill of just having an NFL franchise there would be more important to them than the fact that it would go 0-16 every year. Okay, I made the last question up. The real survey should ask San Antonio fans, yes or no, did the Raiders pull this scam on any of the following stadiums and/or cities? The Los Angeles Coliseum, Sacramento, California, Oakland, an abandoned gravel quarry in Irwindale, California, Sacramento again, Anaheim Stadium, Oakland again, the Los Angeles Coliseum again, the Rose Bowl, Santa Clara, California, an empty lot in Oakland, San Antonio, Texas last July. We ran this scam on you last July, and it's only October, and you've already forgotten about it. The answers? Yes, 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 and yes, 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 and yes, and yes. Scam number 4. Look at Dan Snyder has produced conclusive evidence, again, that the word, quote, Redskins, unquote, is not a racial epithet demeaning a group of people by referring to the color of their skin, because this guy says so. Mark One Wolf was at Washington's training camp in July, explaining how he had founded a Keep the Name group and wanted to boycott the Washington Post, and was a guest at RG3's mom's birthday, and how, since he was a Native American and he was cool with the name, all the rest of us had to agree with him. Now the website Deadspin has revealed that in just the last 7 years, Mark One Wolf has claimed to be Cherokee, Chiricahua Apache, Alaskan Native, and maybe Navajo, even though there is no evidence of any Native Americans in his family. Also, Mark One Wolf was born Mark E. Yancey, and he has also called himself Mark Suzuki, and Mark Yan, and Cram Yekne, and Mark Yazzie, and Dala Ba Cho. Mark One Wolf Yancey Suzuki Yan Yazzie Yekne Ba Cho evokes the memory of Lone Star Dietz, the non-Native American who was prosecuted by the government for trying to pass himself off as a Native American to get out of serving in World War I. This would be the same Lone Star Dietz in whose honor Dan Snyder still inexplicably insists the team was renamed in 1933, even though if that had been the plan, and it wasn't, they should have been called the Washington Draft Dodgers. But amid the cynical laughter over the NFL's real monsters of the Midway, its snake oil salesmen, there's one scam that isn't funny in the slightest. One of the key researchers in the groundbreaking work being done on football-related brain trauma at Boston University says the league's $765 million concussion settlement will leave out countless victimized players. Robert Stern told the Associated Press that of the 76 deceased NFL players found to have had brain decay, CTE, many of them would never have gotten a dime from the settlement because it requires the player has been formally diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dementia or other neurological problems. Those players who only got to uncontrollable violence or aggression or depression or terrifying mood swings, they will be left out. Just like in 1982. That's when running back Doug Kotar retired after repeated knee and shoulder injuries and was then diagnosed with a brain tumor. And the NFL decreed that since the tumor wasn't found until after he had retired, it had nothing to do with getting his skull cracked on any given Sunday, like it had grown overnight or something after he quit. It didn't give Kotar a dime either. We can cynically almost admire the NFL's three-card Monte dealers on stuff like the Raiders and L.A., but 30 years of silence on domestic violence and scamming the brain trauma victims and their families, this is life and death. This isn't funny at all. And the NFL deserves neither our laughter nor our consent.